All right, let's get this live. Huh? Oh, cool. Emily, come over here.
Oh, what is it?
Somebody made a review for our movie Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island, which is streaming on Fawesome right now. It's our first IMDb review from an actual viewer. This is so cool. Let's read it,
Oh my
okay?
gosh.
Are you ready? Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
let's see.
This should be exciting. I'm so excited. Let's see what Paul M. Hawkinson says. Needless to terrible, just terrible. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure he's joking. Listen, all right. He's just prefacing before he gets to like talking about all the pros, all the good stuff that we did. Yeah, sure. Needless to say that I had, of course, never even heard about this 2025 horror comedy title. I never called it a comedy for the record, but titled Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island, because I don't think it's funny at all, from director Lee Davis prior to stumbling upon it by random chance here in 2026. In all honest, from the movie's cover and the title, I had absolutely zero expectations. We were on what? We had zero expectations, and with good lord, man, what are my investors gonna think? Man, all my financial backers, the people at the bank, I'm in trouble. We're in trouble.
Oh, we're in trouble.
No, he's probably just joking. Let's go. All right, and the 1.2 rating that the movie had landed here on IMDb certainly didn't help either. I think he might actually be serious. No,
that's
The storyline in the movie was not great. So writers Emily Davis and Lee Davis didn't exactly manage to put together anything wholesome or entertaining. What?
That was the whole thing.
Dude, oh my gosh.
The definition of wholesome.
I remember talking to you when we were conceiving the plot, and we said we want something wholesome and entertaining.
Yes.
Of course. Okay. I ended up giving up on this garbage. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
After a mere 16 minutes, and trust me, I'm never returning to attempt to finish watching this rubbish. There was no comedy in sight.
Oh my gosh.
Nor any horror. Well, unless you consider how bad the movie was as qualifying for horror. The acting performances in the movie were amateurish and bad. Do not waste your time, money, or effort on this stinker.
Oh my gosh.
It simply isn't worth it. Take the 1.2 rating serious. Damn. This movie looked, felt, and sounded like a home video project. My rating of director Lee Davis' 2025 movie Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island lands on a 1 out of 10 stars. Well, thanks a lot, Paul M. Hawkinson.
No.
You made a middle-aged man and a middle schooler both cry at the same time.
I can't believe
I just give up. I give up. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. But in all seriousness, when we set out to make Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island, we really didn't have any kind of illusion on making anything real great. Yes, it was filmed on you can imagine, I don't have my iPhone. We filmed it on my iPhone and a little boom mic, and we had a lot of fun. And honestly, I was originally just aiming for like a 45-minute like short movie, and I just put it up streaming because why not? Because honestly, I love indie horror, and I watch a lot of cheesy homemade horror, and I wouldn't say I live for it, but I appreciate it. These are just some friends getting together, and this is the same thing I went through back when I made crappy 4-track one-man death metal back in my misspent youth. It's just people said, "Wow, this sucks," and I said, "Yeah, it does," but hey, give a guy a break, because you might have had other people there to help you, or you might just listen to the music and analyze. But it's like, just imagine being me, a young man. I've dreamed of making music since I was a little kid, and it was completely cut off. I'm in a farmhouse stranded in Ohio. There's getting no help. There's no local musicians, and I've just got a guitar and a 4-track and my vocal cords, and I knew it was garbage, but I just loved making it anyway. Might as well put it out there. But it's and also, the stars did line up. I mean, when I finally got to make my first movie, because movies same as comics and books and everything else, I dreamed of doing it since I was a child. And getting to, it's just things didn't work out. At one point, I'm 34. I'm a father, a new father, and I just met some friends who were down to do it, and we made our first film, Mossy Rock. and we had a wonderful time. I could talk at length about that, but I mean, even back then, Jaral is in heaven now. He's no longer with us. Micah, I haven't heard. He's a really talented guy. I mean, knowing those guys, the other friends that showed up and said, we want to help you do this. I don't even have that, but it's like, I talk a lot about God in my work because God saved my life, by the way. And what kind of guy would I be if I didn't acknowledge that? It's just like, because I mean, I was there, I witnessed it, it happened. I'm not going to turn my back on the guy, on God and Jesus after all, after doing that good stuff for me. I'm not going to be like those cool hipster guys that turn their back on him just because they don't need him at the moment. I'm just going to recognize it. But I put a lot of that in my work, and take it or leave it. But also my friends, when it lined up that they were there to help me, it was a real blessing, and it was really cool. But also there were real dark times in my life where the whole world was telling me you're worthless, you're useless, saying all this crap, and I'm like, man, I had been completely stranded and cut off from any place or people that could help me do this stuff. But when I became a father, that was like God's goodness coming in, embodying itself in my life. And one day my daughter's old enough and she's really talented and creative, and I said that my daughter and I work on things together, and it's really awesome. And she's got her dragon videos, her illustration videos. She's doing all kinds of cool stuff. And we just do the best we can. But it's like I said, I don't have all those buds there to help me. I'm sitting there with my camera. I can't do all the cool angles. I don't have Mike operating the camera anymore. I don't have a bunch of friends asking me what to do in this next scene. It's just me and a friend or a brother is dropping by. I'm like, hey, will you help me do this scene real quick? I need you to play a character. Okay, that's how this came together. Like, it's crazy that it ended up 90 minutes, and I'll be honest, there were even times where I said, there's some parts in the movie, I never padded it out. I put a lot of, I was really into every scene we made, but even looking at the finished product, I mean, I had what I had at the time. And you take, for example, some of the gags, I'm like, okay, this is like just way, this is just tedious. But there was not like the heart-eating scene. I had these ideas for what I wanted to do, and I said people are going to hate this, and apparently they do. But I just did it anyway. We put it out there streaming. There's a lot of indie stuff streaming, and I'm glad there's streaming services that are there for indie guys who have no budget, but manage to pull off a film they make in their backyard or just around the neighborhood or what have you. And I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, and I'm going to share with you, I'll share with you a preview, but I mean, this is what I find kind of funny about this review is like 16 minutes. How'd you make it that long? You didn't realize this is just some dude, and his friends and family slapping this movie together, with the bare minimum of stuff, that is what it is. Yeah, if you watch it back to back with the Reanimator, you're probably gonna, I mean, if you were comparing the two, or Dead Alive or something amazing, like a quote unquote low budget horror movie that's really fantastic, and then you put it right next to like a no budget horror, so-called horror film, whatever you want to call it. This guy who wanted to revisit these childhood dreams, whether you like it or not. I want to, and I'm happy I did it. I'm happy for my daughter helping me, and the people who showed up, and the people who showed some love. Sjord, I'm probably messing your name up, over in the Netherlands, for setting up the IMDb. Just all the people who've helped and shown some love. I really appreciate y'all. I think if you're gonna, I think there's kind of a way you can go about reviewing things. If you're looking at something that is clearly made for no budget by just some friends, that is what it is. Acknowledge that. It's like if we're putting on a scale up next to something with like an actual budget that was really impressive, like one of those classic horror films from the 80s or what have you, then yeah, I'd say it is garbage compared to that. But still, for what it is, I put a lot of heart and soul and a love into, or heart and soul, maybe that's a little pretentious. I put a lot of love into it, and I had fun, and that's good enough for me. And for a guy who dreamed of making movies, but things just didn't line up for the most part, and it was really hard to make happen, just do what I can do. I feel good about that. But I'm going to show you all, in case you're curious, if you have not yet checked out Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island. Oops. I'm going to show you a preview. And you can, I think it'll be pretty clear from the get-go that what you're watching is what I just described to you. So being shocked and say, why would you waste time on this? This is not a good movie. Bloody Puke Death on Owen Island. Nothing wholesome. Nothing entertaining. Yeah, so, yeah, here we go. Let's turn me off my handsome face. Goodbye. Here we go. Let's go. Hold on. Terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible. So terrible. All this stuff so terrible. Just awful. Just plain awful. Just
Fine, forget it.
you don't realize.
Turn your game off. You're being so mean to me.
Why would you even anticipate this to be anything wholesome
I
or
stole
entertaining?
it, child. You may come, and you may try to do something about it, but in the end, you're only more dead meat for me to control, to manipulate.
Is that a zombie? Told you. So, anyway, I swear I was just pretending to cry back there. I'm not really sad by that review. I was just laughing and pretending to cry at the same time.